Welcome to PC Gaming Tech Summary. I'm your host Gamer, and today we go over the Gigabyte B660 motherboards. Yes, so looks like pre-orders are being taken. At least in my area of the world, it looks like maybe the third week or so in February that they'll be shipped out. So before I get into that, my last video I talked a little bit about the new AMD 5600 XT graphics card. So that has 4 gigabytes of memory, video memory, and the reason for that is that basically miners cannot use those cards to mine. So, so mainly those cards supposedly will be just, sold to gamers. So, it doesn't have as many decoding features as some other graphics cards. It's also a PCIe Express 4 connection. So if you don't have that in your motherboard, you may not get as good a performance from it. So maybe not get it if you don't have a PCIe Express 4. At least look into it and consider what would be the best way to go. I think there's going to be a 6400 graphics card as well, so even a lower price card in the future. We'll have to wait and see if that comes to fruition. So with these Gigabyte B660 motherboards, they're all micro-ATX except for the most expensive one, which is actually the smallest one, which is a mini ITX. So if you want a really small mobile PC, if you want to build a very small one, you can use that board for that. Now these boards are smaller than a lot of the Z690 boards, most of them, which are ATX, which is a slightly bigger size than the micro ATX, so you can fit more on them. So with these micro B660 motherboards, you're looking at around 4 SATA connections, and you're looking at 2 M.2 connectors, give or take 1 or 2, give or take 1, basically 1 to 3, but most of them are 2. So just keep that in mind. You can save a little bit of money going with B660 instead of Z690. So it's something to look at. So sit right back, have a cup of coffee, and we'll get into it. What we have here is a list of the Gigabyte range in my area. Now, with the first 2, they only have 2 DIMM slots, so only 2 slots for your RAM sticks. Okay, now all of these boards have only 4 SATA connectors. Okay, they all have 2 M.2 connectors except the last one, which is the ITX, the smallest one. Now the pricing is in New Zealand dollars excluding tax, so I converted that over to the US dollar on the right, the bigger numbers. Okay, so those are the US dollar guesstimated pricing. The US may be still getting those huge tariffs and whatnot on products from China. I don't know, so there may be some difference there. So if we move on to the first board, that will be the one without the Wi-Fi. Okay, so that's what it looks like. Okay, and you've got, just like I said, the 2 M.2s and the 4 SATA. Okay, it does have a USB-C there, so that's all right. Now, if we have a quick look at the Wi-Fi, so the Wi-Fi is Wi-Fi 5 and Bluetooth 4.2. Okay. So that's this one. Next we have the DS3H. Okay, so it's got similar VRM. It's got 4 DIMM slots now, 4 slots for your RAM, which is what I like to see. And the 2 M.2s, the 2.5 gigabit LAN, which is the modern Ethernet, which is great. And again, a Type-C. We have the Wi-Fi version next, and this is Wi-Fi 6E if it's available in your area. Otherwise, it'll be Wi-Fi 6. And it's got a better heat sink there, and it's got the Wi-Fi USB 3.2 Gen 2. So there's that. Now we have this D3H. Okay, so you're going to have a bit better USB support, and also more expansion slots, and multiple GPU support as well. Now we move on to the Aorus Pro. And this has got a beefier VRM, so power delivery, and it's got a bit better USB support as well. So that is the main difference with this one. And then the next one is just going to have the Wi-Fi 6 added in. I don't believe there's Wi-Fi 6E support here, just Wi-Fi 6 on this one. And so you get a nice picture showing what things are. Now we move over to the ITX board. Okay, so this is the smallest board, not much room for stuff. But it still manages 4 SATA connectors, 1 M.2. So yeah, so you can create a very small system with this one, and have some fun. So let's take a look again at the price list. Okay, so there you go. Okay, so from that first board to the last one, there's about $108 difference. Okay, so yeah, so if you're looking for a micro-ATX board, well, maybe you want that smaller size, and that's why you want to go with the Aorus Pro. You don't, not too worried about the extra M.2s and SATA connectors. So there you go. Well, go ahead and subscribe if you want to be notified of the next video, which will be the ASUS B660 range, which have even a few ATX boards in there to make things interesting. So thanks for joining us here on PC Gaming Tech Summary, and don't forget, you'll be seeing me in the next video. Hey, no, no.